Welcome to Elisha's space, where your heart can breathe. We talk through the ache and make room to believe.
Your hands are steady at the dinner table, but your chest is tight. You say fine when someone asks you how the two of you are doing. And the worst part isn't the fight you're not having. It's the silence where the fight used to be. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not failing your marriage, and you are not failing God. What's happening between you has a name. And hearing that name is the first thing that is going to let you breathe again. It's called the silent divorce, not the papers, not the leaving, the quiet kind where two people stay married on the outside and grieve each other on the inside. Welcome to Elisha's Space, a sanctuary for healing, growth, and for the kind of honest conversations that actually change things. I'm Elisha, your host, a counselor and author, and someone who has sat in the same stuck places you have. Today's episode is practical, clinical, but pastoral. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you why your nervous system started leaving this marriage long before your heart did, and the exact moment you can begin to come back. So stay with me, because this silence is not the end of your marriage, it's a door, and we're going to walk through it together. Let me show you something that will change how you see your marriage. In the 1970s, a researcher named Edward Tronick did something simple. He filmed a mother and her baby, connected, cooing, locked into each other. Then he asked her to stop. No smile, no response, just do a face. Within 90 seconds, the baby fell apart. She reached, she cried, she looked away, and finally she shut down. Here's what that tells us. A human nervous system does not need conflict to feel unsafe. It needs the absence of connection. And when connection goes quiet for long enough, the body doesn't just get lonely, it goes into survival. Now, stay with me because this is where it gets personal. You are not a baby in a lab, but your nervous system never outgrew that wiring. When the person you built your life with stops turning towards you, not yelling, just stopping, your body registers it in the same way that baby registered the still face, as a threat. Not because you're dramatic, but because you're human. There's a nerve that explains all of this, and I want to give you its name because for trauma survivors, knowledge isn't just power. Knowledge is safety. It's called the vagus nerve. Vagus literally means wandering in Latin. It wanders from your brainstem down through your chest and into your gut. And it is constantly asking one question. Am I safe here? Am I with someone? Or am I alone? When that nerve decides you're safe, connected, seen, turn toward, it puts you in what's called the ventral state. Your face softens, your voice opens. You can reach for someone and be reached for. That's the state you were in when you fell in love. But when connection is withheld, day after day, in the silence where the fight used to be, your body has two other options. It can climb up into the fight or flight state, anxiety, irritability, snapping at your spouse over dishes, that chest that's tight at the dinner table, or it can collapse down into shutdown, numb, checked out, going through the motions, praying nobody asks how you're really doing. Here's the hard truth of the silent divorce. Most couples aren't fighting. They've already collapsed. The silence isn't peace. It's two nervous systems that stopped reaching for each other to survive the reaching. I want you to pause with me for a moment. Notice where you're sitting right now. Is there tension right there? Tightness in your forehead, your jaw, your shoulders? Are you holding your breath? Because your body is telling you right now which state it's been living in. And I want you to know this. Whatever you just felt is not a sign that you failed. It's a sign that you have a nervous system that has been trying to protect you for a very long time. And this is where I want to bring God into it, because the science and the scripture are saying the same thing. In Genesis, after God made the first human, he looked at him and said something we usually read as a marriage verse, but I think it's a nervous system verse. He said, "It is not good for man to be alone." Why is it not good? Not because God couldn't stand the silence, because he designed you to be regulated in the presence of another person. The word for it is co-regulation. Your calm was never meant to come from you alone. You were made to borrow safety from someone else's face, someone else's presence, until you could find it in his. And when the person beside you stopped turning towards you, the deepest part of you began to grieve. Not the love, but the regulation, the safety that face used to give you. That's why the silent divorce hurts in your body before it ever hurts in your words. Your body knew this marriage was leaving you long before your heart was willing to admit it. So let me say the thing nobody tells you, and I want you to hear it as gently as I can say it. This is not visualization. This is physiology. And if it's physiology, then it can be retaught. It can be re-regulated. In the next part, I'm going to walk you through exactly how. A body first way back, not just for your marriage, but for you. Before I give you the practice, I want you to understand why we start with the body and not the conversation. When your nervous system has been in shutdown or stuck in that anxious snapping place, trying to talk it out with your spouse is like asking someone who's drowning to discuss their swimming technique. The words won't land. They can't. So we don't start with words, we start with safety. And safety for your body is something it has to feel before it will believe anything you tell it. This next part is for you to do right now, wherever you are. It's not visualization, it's physiology. If you're driving, don't close your eyes, just soften. If you need to pause and come back, do. There is no rush here. I want you to feel the weight of your body where it is sitting. Your feet on the floor, your back against the chair. Just notice it. You don't have to change anything yet. Now bring one hand to the center of your chest, palm flat, and let the other hand rest on top of it. This isn't a pose. This is what a parent does for a child who's been crying, and your body remembers it. The pressure on your sternum is a signal. It tells your nervous system, you are held. You are not alone in this. Now, with your hand still on your chest, I want you to breathe in through your nose. Not deep, not forced, just a normal breath in. And then let the breath out slowly, longer than the breath in, like you're sighing all the way to the bottom of your lungs. Here's what happened while you do that. The exhale is the one thing that presses the brake on the vagus nerve. When the breath out is longer than the breath in, your heart rate begins to slow. Not because you're trying to calm down, but because your body is being told in its own language, the danger is over. Let's do 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. That's it. You don't have to feel anything dramatic. You just gave your body a sentence it hasn't heard in a long time. You can rest now. With your eyes still soft and your hand still on your chest, I want you to name, not fixed, Just name what you noticed. Was it the tightness in your jaw you didn't know you were holding? The breath you'd been given? A hollow place under your ribs? Whatever it was, don't judge it. Your body wasn't betraying you. It was carrying something for you. And when you name it without flinching, you are doing the one thing the silent divorce made impossible. You are turning toward yourself instead of away. That's not selfish, that's survival, done kindly. Now, here is the part that asks something of you. And I want to keep it small because small is how nervous systems change. Sometime in the next day, I want you to let one micro moment of connection back in. Not a big conversation. Not we need to talk. Just one small thing. Look your spouse in the eyes for 3 seconds longer than you normally would. Put your hand on their back as you pass them in the kitchen. Say one true thing. I'm glad you're home. And mean it enough to stay there for the pause after. Your nervous system can't jump from shutdown to intimacy in one leap. It can't. But it can take one step. And one step repeated is how a body learns it's safe to reach again. And I want to leave you with the thing that has helped me when my own body forgot how to settle. His peace is not dependent on your circumstances being resolved. It is a regulated nervous system in the presence of a safe God. You don't have to have the marriage fixed to sit in his presence. You only have to bring the body he made, the same one that's been keeping you alive through all of this, and let it rest there. Father, I am thankful that you've made these bodies, that you knit together the very nervous systems that we are learning to regulate. For the person listening right now who's been holding their breath in a quiet house, meet them in this. Let them feel what it is to be turned toward. And when they rise from their chair, give them the courage to take one small step towards the person beside them. Not because they're fixed, but because they're loved. Amen. Here's what I want you to carry out of this room. More than any other technique, the silence in your house was never proof that you are unlovable. It was proof that two nervous systems, two people made in the image of God, lost their way to each other. And the fact that you're still here, still listening, still reaching, that's not weakness. That's the truth teller in you. The part that refuses to call a quiet house fine when it isn't. Don't let anyone, not the silence, not the shame, and not the lie that says you should just pray harder, tell you that part of you is too much. So I want to give you a challenge, but not the kind that asks you to be a different person by Monday. 7 days, 7 small turns, because small is how nervous systems change. Day 1, just breathe. 2 minutes on the exhale, hand on your chest, nothing else. Day 2, 1 eye contact, 3 seconds longer than usual. That's the whole day. Day 3, 1 true sentence. I'm glad you're home. Mean it and stay for the pause. Day 4, 1 touch in passing. A hand on their back. No words required. Day 5, name what you're carrying. Out loud to God or written in your journal. Not to fix it, just to stop carrying it alone. Day 6, notice 1 moment of safety. A meal, a laugh, a held gaze. Let yourself feel for 10 seconds instead of bracing against it. Day 7, come back here. Rewatch this and notice what's different in your body from day 1. That difference is the evidence. That's the healing working. If this episode met you where you are, I want to ask you to do one thing, and it's the thing that matters most to me. Text it to one person you know is struggling, one person in a quiet house, holding their breath, thinking they're the only one. Don't explain it, don't apologize, just send it. Because the silent divorce survives on secrecy, and the moment one person names it out loud, it loses its power over both of you. And if you're new here, welcome home. You just found a place where the honest conversations happen. The ones you don't have to dress up or hide from. If you want to keep going, the link to everything, the podcast, the journaling prompts, the free start guide for your nervous system is in the description below. Until next time, you're not too much, you're not too far, and you are not alone.
Welcome to Elisha's space, where your heart can breathe. We talk through